Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hello, Dave. This is Ernie from Virginia calling again. It's crazy how we all get so emotionally involved with our team as a fan, and it's frustrating when we see things happening that actually affect our lives and we have no control over what's going on. In regard to this game in particular, it was a matter of effort. The defensive backs were horrible in their tackling. The defensive line, I thought, did a pretty good job again, but the rest of the team showed absolutely no effort. Our offensive line, which is supposed to be a vaunted offensive line, was a no-show today. It's impossible to get anybody in a running back position to make any yards if they're getting caught in the backfield. It was just so disappointing. And other teams are able to overcome adversity when they lose a starter, even the quarterback. Cleveland can't, so I think I have to put almost all of the blame on Stefanski. He sure didn't give DTR a chance, and that poor kid didn't have a chance today. That's all I got to say.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Scott, I don't know. When you say effort, nobody's going out there not trying to lose or not giving effort. What happens is, things start to snowball, and then you try to make a play, and then you're not doing your responsibility. It does. It's been that way since they've been playing NFL football.
Yeah, you miss some tackles, it doesn't look good. I get that. And how many, we've seen it a million times since the Browns have been back. When you get awful quarterback play, which they've gotten way too many times, everything looks bad. And that's how I felt yesterday. And, I don't remove all responsibility from Kevin Stefanski. He's the head coach. Stuff falls on him. But I just think his hands were tied yesterday. I don't know exactly what he could have done. People think he needed to help. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but how was he supposed to help DTR? He had short throws. He tried some trick stuff to fool Baltimore. He tried to take some shots. He tried to run it. I don't know what the recipe was. The only thing I thought of is maybe you run him more, right? Because he's got that skill set. But then, do you get him hit, and then you got to go to P.J. Walker, who's coming off the practice squad? It felt like maybe they could have run him more, but didn't. And I don't know if that was because they thought Watson was going to play and they didn't have those up for Watson, or they just didn't want their backup quarterback to also get hurt. But that's all I could really think of Kevin Stefanski. And so I don't blame him for the whole disaster, and I thought the effort was fine.
Yeah, and again, it's I'm with you. A backup quarterback, especially a rookie backup quarterback, it's just tough. And this is one of the reasons, and I'm sure you take a lot of flack. I've taken a lot of flack because when people were calling for DTR to start, I'm like, guys, preseason is different than – and even you saw the Ravens. The Ravens took a couple of series, and then they started, all right, this is what we're going to try to make them do against us.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And, sometimes we all fall for it, because, he played great in the preseason. He couldn't have done any more. And that's why it was a complicated decision to trade Joshua Dobbs, because I don't think it was guaranteed that Dobbs was better than DTR. I felt that way. I'm sure the Browns felt that way. Now, again, it looks like it was a bad decision, and that Dobbs is clearly better at this point in time than DTR. But part of that is you fall for what he does in the preseason. You fall for what guys do in training camp. And that's a dangerous thing to do. And, the Browns are good about it with some players. They don't get caught up in that hype. But it felt different with DTR. And I think the reason for that is he carries himself with such confidence and experience because he made all those 48 starts at UCLA, that the hope was that would translate, and it just didn't yesterday.